Dr. Barnes here, your very favorite lecturer. So here we have a couple of periodic signals. Okay, periodic signals are signals that repeat themselves. Okay, so here from here to here is repeating itself. Okay, so a couple of periodic signals which you're supposed to determine their Laplace transforms. So we're going to determine the Laplace transforms of these periodic signals. All right, so please follow me. Let's work them together. Okay. All right. So this particular course, it works by practice. Okay. We just don't watch, we practice. Okay. So let's practice this together. So here, what I'm going to have is that whenever you have a Laplace transform, okay, of a periodic signal, then it's equals to 1 over, okay. Today I have to use a pen because my markers got finished and I'm not able to get some right now. Okay, E minus S T, okay, minus S what? T, okay, into X, no, let me not write F, X, okay, into X of what? S. Okay, so this is the formula that we use for periodic Laplace transforms. Okay, so this is going to be the Laplace transform for the signal. So after finding the Laplace transform of the signal, which is this one, then I'll multiply it with this. Okay, so I can bring something like this here. Okay, something like this here. Okay, so basically like this. All right, so this is what I'm actually going to look out for, and this is what I'm going to do. Okay, this T here is the period. Okay, is the period of the periodic signal. That's for this T. All right, so now let's do this. After knowing this formula, let's do this. In some textbooks, they may replace this X by F. Is the same thing. They may replace this X by F. Is the same thing. It's the same Laplace transform. Okay, so let's get into this. I just hope you'll be able to see my pen from my pen. Okay, so I have to use a pen because my markers got finished. Okay, so now here, what I can actually do here is that I can have Laplace transform of X of what? T is equals to Laplace transform of X of T. Okay, is equals to here from what? From minus infinity to what? Infinity. Okay, X of what? T into E minus what? ST d what? dt. Okay, so that is my first what? My first equation. Okay, so that's my first equation. So now here I know that this is equals to here. What is my period? My period in I is from what? Here is 0. It's from 0 to what? T. 0 to what? T. So here I can say that 0 to what? T. Okay, and what is my X of T? My X of T is actually what? 1. It's 1. Okay, so here X of T, which is 1? 1 times this one will be this one. Okay, so I can just write E minus what? S what? ST. D what? dt. Okay, but where is my signal actually occurring from? It's occurring from 0 to what? T2. Even though it's 0 to T here, my signal is from T2 to T. I don't have any signal here. I have signal from 0 to what? T on 2. T on 2. Okay, so this is what I'm going to use. Okay, so here I'll have is equals to 0 to what? T on what? 2. Okay, to T on 2. Into what? Into E minus S what? T d what? dt, which is equals to, okay, so now what I can do is to what? Integrate. So if I integrate this one, I'll get minus 1, okay, minus 1 over what? S, okay, minus 1 over S into e minus what? S what? T. Okay, into 0 to t on what? 2. Okay, this is what I have. Okay, so this is what I'm going to actually what? Have. Okay, so now if I have this one and I introduce my limits, if I introduce my limits into this equation, then I'm going to have minus 1 on s, okay, into what? E exponent minus s what? T on 2 minus e exponent what? 0. What am I going to get? Okay, so here I'm going to get minus 1 on s, okay, into what? Into e exponent minus what? st on 2, okay, minus what? 1. Okay, so this time this will be positive, this time this will be negative. So now I can now say that it's actually equals to what? Positive 1 on s into what? 1 minus what? E minus s what? T on what? 2. Okay, so this is what I'm actually going to get. Okay, so now if I should turn over and then continue, okay, turn over and continue, then I'm going to actually have this one. Okay, so I just have to multiply this x of what? S, okay, is equals to what? 1, okay, over 1 minus e minus what? st, okay, into what? x1 of what? Of s, okay, x1 of s, okay. Sorry. Okay, so instead of writing x1 of s, I think that what I earlier gave was what? 1 over 1 minus e minus what? st, okay, into what? Into x prime of s, okay. All right. So please, let's just stick to this one, s prime of x. Okay, so please, let me just try and change this place. Okay, and put a prime word over here. Okay, just, I think this is the formula that I gave earlier on, which was what? This one. Okay, so basically what I have here is what? Is equals to what? X prime of what? S. Okay, so what I have here is what? S prime of what? S. Okay, it's S prime of what? S. Okay, that is what I have here. So now if I am continuing, then what I would say is that I'm just going to have x x of what? S is equals to 1 over 1 minus e minus what? st. Okay, but already I told you that the t is actually for the period. Okay, for the period. And what is the period of this signal? The period of this signal is what? 0 to what? T. The period of this signal is what? 0 to t. Because you can see that our signal is from what? 0 to what? T. Okay, our signal is from what? 0 to what? T. So the period is t. Okay, so here I'm going to have, here it's going to still remain as what? T here. Okay, t here. This space is what? 1. This space is what? 1. Okay, into what? Into s prime. So what is the s prime here? The s prime, what I got here was 1 over s into 1 minus e minus st on 2. So I have 1 over s, okay. I'm going to have 1 over what? S, okay, into 1 over s into e, okay, exponent. Let me write this thing actually again. Okay, let me cancel one again. So my x of what? S is actually equals to what? 1 over 1 minus e minus what? st. I maintain this t because my period is what? T, from the graph I showed you. Okay, so now this one, okay, into what? Into x1 of x prime of x. What is x prime of s? S prime of s is what? 1 over minus s what? st on what? On 2. Okay, on 2. So this one and then this one. Okay, so basically this is our s of x. Okay, so you can continue to simplify it further. Okay, so if you should do any further simplification, then you're going to have x of s is equals to 1 minus e minus st on what? 2. Okay, all over what? All over s out 1. Yes, 1 like this. 1 minus e minus what? S what? T. Okay, so if you should continue, this is what you're going to get for your answer. So that is for the first question. Now let's go on to the second question. Okay, so the second question, we have a signal like this, which is I. Okay, we have a signal of this sort. Okay, a signal of this sort. Here is x of what? T. And then here is like this. Here is A, 2A, 3A. It goes on and on and on like that. Okay, so basically this is the signal, and then here is what? Minus 1. So what is your period? Our period is this one, which is what? T is equals to what? 2A. Okay, so that is our period. Okay, so that is our period. So now, what are we supposed to actually do in this question? It's very simple. We are looking for the transform. So the transform is what? X of what? S, which is equals to what? 1 over what? 1 over 1 minus E minus what? ST. Where this T is for the period. Okay, into what? All this into what? All this into what? X prime, okay, of what? S. So now we are going to look for the what? S prime of what? S. Then we multiply it by this one to get our final what? Laplace transform. Okay, so let's get into this one. Okay. So now continuing from here, what we can actually say, what we can actually do is that I can have x prime of what? Of s, okay, to be equals to here it's going to be from what? It's going to be from 0 to what? 2a, okay, from my signal, because you can see that my signal is actually from what? My signal is actually from 0 to what? 2a, okay. So 0 to 2a, and then well, let me write here x of what? T into what? E minus what? S what? St. The what? The t, which is equals to what? If I write it like this, please then allow me to write here to be what? Like this, minus, and here to be what? Infinity. Minus infinity to what? Infinity. Then if I come here, I can write here to be what? 0. I can write here to be what? 2a. Okay. And then what is the function? X of t. X of t here is equals to what? 1. X of t is equals to what? 1. Okay, so 1 times this one will be this, will remain this one. So e exponent minus what? St d what? dt. Okay, so basically that's how it's going to actually be like. Okay, so basically that's how it's actually going to be like. Okay, so now if you have it this way, then what you can do is that you can have x prime of what? S is equals to here 0 to what? A. Why am I saying 0 to A? Because you can see that 0 to A, the signal is going up, and A to 2A, the signal is what? Going down. So that means that this signal is a little different from this signal. So here will be positive, here will be what? Negative. So I'll take them separately. Okay, so 0 to A into what? E minus what? St. Okay, E minus what? St the what? The t. And then so this signal is what? Up, because the value is what? 1. Here is down because the value is what? Minus 1. okay, minus what? Minus a to what? 2a into e minus what? st the what? The t. Okay, so this is what I'm going to actually have. Okay, so now if I have this one, then what I can do again is that I can just integrate them. So x prime of what? S is equals to minus 1 over what? S into what? E minus what? St. Okay, into what? 0 and then what? E minus. Okay, here, what am I going to do? Okay, so here, what I can say is that minus 1 over what? S. Okay, into what? E minus what? St. Okay, and then here, what's the range? A to what? To A. Okay, so this is what I can say. Okay, so if I say this one, then my x prime of what? S is actually equals to, is actually going to be equals to, if I introduce in my limits, then I'm going to have minus 1 on S. Okay, here is what? A. And then here what? 0. Okay, so I can have E minus S or AS. It's better to say AS. E minus what? AS. Okay, and then minus what? E exponent what? 0. Then here minus minus, it will be what? Plus. So plus 1 over what? S. Okay, into what? Into E exponent what? E exponent what? Minus 2as. Okay, minus what? Minus E exponent what? A what? S. Okay, so that's that's what you're going to get over there. Okay, so now if you have this one, then you can see that x prime of what? S is actually equals to what? Minus 1 over what? S. Okay, it's going to be minus 1 over S. But this minus 1 over S, you see that this place is 1. Okay, if you multiply it by here, you get positive. If you multiply it by here, you get negative. So I can see that 1 over what? S, positive, is what? If I multiply by this, I'll get positive. So now here, I'll write what? 1. If I multiply by this, I'll get negative. So this one, I'll write what? Negative. Minus A what? S. Okay, then here, plus. Okay, so it will remain as it is. Okay, plus here, E minus, okay, please, here is supposed to be minus also. Okay, okay, so E minus 2AS, okay, minus E minus AS. Okay, so basically, this is what you're going to get. Okay, this is what you're going to get. Okay, so now if you have this one, what you can do is that you can bring 1 over S out. Okay, you can bring 1 over S out. And if you bring 1 over S out, what are you going to get? You're going to get here is 1, okay, and then you're going to get here negative, negative, okay, negative, negative. That means that you're going to have 2. You're going to have 2, and then you're going to have this one, okay. So you're going to have what? 1 minus, okay, negative, negative. So 2EAS minus, okay, plus E minus 2A what? S. Okay, so basically, this is what you're going to get. Okay, this is what you're going to get. So now, if you have this one, then what we can just do is that we can have our x of s by multiplying it with that particular value. Okay, with that particular value, we can just multiply it in that way, and then we can actually have it. Okay, yeah, so let's see how we can do that. So our x of s, okay, is going to be equals to 1 over 1 minus e, okay, here st, okay, st, but I told you that I told you that the t is for the what? It's for the period, and the period here is what? 2a. Okay, so it's e minus what? St, and the t is for the period, and the period is what? 2a. So it is what? Minus 2as. Okay, minus 2as. Okay, so all this one into into what I have here, which is what? 1 minus 2e, okay, minus as, okay, plus 2, sorry, plus e minus 2as, okay, all this, okay, over what? Over s, okay. So now my Laplace transform is actually x of what? S is equals to 1 over 1 minus e minus 2as, okay, into what? Here 1 minus 2e minus as plus e minus 2a what? S, okay, over what? Over s. Okay, so this becomes my Laplace transform for this particular question. Okay, for this particular question. Okay, but if you can also observe critically, you can see that this is a difference of two squares. Okay, it's a difference of two squares. So you can actually also see that s of s is actually equals to what? 1 over 1 minus, okay, e to a what? S, okay, like this, okay. Here is a difference of two squares, so, and the difference of two squares is what? 1 minus e minus as, okay, minus as, all right. So here is what? Squared, okay, over what? S into this. So you can also simplify that. You see that if you multiply this one, you will get this. If you multiply this one 2 times, you will get this one, because it's a difference of two squares. All right, thank you so much, and see you in the. Before I leave you, let me give you two periodic signals to try to test your understanding. I think I should be giving you assignments on this platform. So please try these two questions, okay, and then to test your understanding. All right. So let's see how the questions are like. So now just find the Laplace transform Find the Laplace transform of the following periodic signals. Okay, so this is I. X of t. So we have this one, and this one. And here is what? T. So this one is like this one is like this, and this one is like this. Very good. So here, okay, we have here to be what? A. Here is 0. Okay, here is what? T. 2t. Okay, here is what? 3t. So please find the periodic signal for this one, and then the II. Okay, the II. Okay, so the II, we have this one. We have t, x of what? T. Okay, we have here, 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 here. Okay, here, here, and here. Okay, so here we have here to be 0. We have here to be what? T, 2t. Okay, here to be t, 2t. Okay, and then we have here to be let's say, wait a minute, 3t. Okay, and then let's say 4t, and then it goes on and on. Okay, so these two signals. Okay, so please find find their periodic signals. And the answer you're supposed to get is x of what? S is equals to 1 over 1 minus E, okay, minus st into A over Ts squared into 1 minus Ste minus what? St, okay, minus E minus what? St. That's the answer you're supposed to get for the I. Okay, so when you do your calculation, make sure you're having this answer. And then the II, we're supposed to have x of what? S is equals to 1 over 1 minus E minus 2, okay, minus 2 Ts, okay, minus 2 Ts, okay, into A pi on T, okay, into 1 plus E minus St over S squared plus pi squared on T squared, okay. So make sure you have these answers when you finish. Okay, so please try your hands on this particular set of questions, okay, on this particular set of questions. All right, enjoy your day. See you in the next lecture.